Hello, this is Dancing Bear, the autistic prince, the mad scientist of creative writing, Lancashire's favourite son.
And I'm just Tom. Koala.
So, had a good week?
I have had a good week, yeah. And what number podcast are we on now? 5?
I think it's the 6th one, but is this episode 5?
Yeah, because I counted our original as 0 because,
yes, you did, yeah.
Pilot episode.
Have you ever looked back at the pilot episode?
No.
No?
No. No.
You seem pretty adamant in saying that.
Yeah, because it's so cringy.
I've never. I think I watched it once, a couple of days after I uploaded it. Is it that bad? I'll have to watch it.
I just don't like hearing myself back sometimes. Like, I listen to this when I edit it and remove stuff.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no, I don't listen back. Although, on a segue towards our original podcast, Spider-Man is back in the MCU.
Yes, I'm genuinely happy about that.
I am. We get a third movie. I don't know the rights or any of the stuff, and I'm not going to talk about it because I will get it wrong.
And we know some of our avid fans who listen to us are very
Plus,
more...
I can guarantee over the next coming days and weeks, we're going to hear all sorts of news stories about, like, Sony have said this, will Marvel have said this, will Disney have said this.
I think, again, oddly enough, we were talking about the first episode we did this podcast. We said something like... when Spider-Man, it got realised that Spider-Man was at that time leaving the MCU, and more news came out as we were filming the podcast. Do you remember?
And the day after, and
oh,
it was a bit surreal, but
fair enough. You was just bringing up before we decided to start recording that it was Batman's 80th birthday last weekend.
I know, he looks good for an 80-year-old. Almost looks like Ben Affleck.
That deserves a round of applause.
Val Kilmer. Sorry, I mean...
The Batman comics are 80 years old.
The character is 80 years old. I think that's what they're going off. Because he was in DC or just like Detective Comics first.
Interesting.
Do you know what's really sad about Batman Day?
I don't know.
That Adam West didn't live to see it.
Yeah, that is a bit sad, isn't it, when you think about it?
Because he was Batman.
Yeah, he was the
original When
Batman.
I was a kid, it went over my head, Adam West's Batman.
Yeah.
Until I watched it when I was a bit older, like 16, 17, and I realised the entire point of it. It's supposed to be wacky and goofy. He's supposed to be the straight man. Everything he says is supposed to be perfectly serious, but the world around him is crazy as hell.
Yeah.
And there's a famous scene where he walks into a club in full Batman outfit, and someone comes up to him and goes, would you like us to get you a drink or something? He goes, no, I don't want to attract any attention. And it's like, you're Batman and you're stood in the middle of a nightclub with all the knights. Like, it's that sort of... Yeah. It's a straight-faced humour, and I love...
Would you describe it as tongue-in-cheek?
No, I'd describe it as, like, the straight man humour. Very Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Which another man.
I know we brung it up in a couple of weeks. Would you say Blackadder? Because I heard it be described that Blackadder was
Rowan
meant
Atkinson he's very the straight man, like
in a wacky world.
Do you ever see Rowan Atkinson laughing anything?
No.
Do you get the sense that every line he's saying, his character is perfectly serious and like that's what I mean. Like Leslie Nielsen, like in films like The Naked Gun.
Yeah.
He's not going out his way to make people laugh. It's just he's being the classically trained actor in it. You know what I mean?
Did you sometimes, as a personal question now, if Our Lives was a TV show, do you reckon that'd be your type of show? If there was a TV show out there called The Koala Show, just Tom's show.
The Koala Show sounds like something David Attenborough would narrate.
But if your life was a TV, like a sitcom...
I reckon... I would probably
do you reckon that'd be the sort of straight
I would be
man?
The Blackadder, the straight, like Adam West sort of thing.
Because I've known you a long time now, and it's like it's quite quirky but funny. But I've seen you in a lot of situations, and like it is pretty much that sort of feel. It's like you're the only one with a bit of common sense in a room full of. Do you know what I mean?
Me, common sense. Are we on about the same person
here? But it's hot. I don't know. Maybe I'm describing it wrong, but it's basically I definitely would. I have definitely seen you in situations like that. Definitely.
I think it's a very British humour, though, the straight man.
Yeah,
or even though 2 of the 3 examples we gave are American.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Did you ever
man.
watch the Naked Gun movies or Aeroplane or anything with Leslie Nielsen in?
Vaguely. I only saw them. If I've seen them all, then I've only seen them once. If you know what I mean by that.
Oh, I love those films. Like, and he started off as a classically trained actor.
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen. He was the captain in Poseidon.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
The one where the ship turns upside down, where they did that remake.
Speaking about the great universe that is DC, what I wanted to add as well is
Titans.
something that as well. It's been very a DC themed week for me, and basically I wanted to continue what we sort of we mentioned last week, the whole people are considering the new Joker film to be dangerous. Now I get the impression that you've found some more recent information. Apparently some theatres are in America, especially, refusing to show the film. What's going on? Like,
right. So I don't know everything, and obviously, if people, whatever I say, people can look into more.
yeah,
I just know like the headlines I've seen and like a brief article here and there. But basically, in Los Angeles, some of the police are going to be on standby or something for this movie showing because they might expect riots or something.
yeah.
In all like a nerd movie comes out, like when you went to see Lord of the Rings, how many people are dressed up as fucking hobbits?
I don't think I ever saw Lord of the Rings at the cinema. I'm not gonna lie. I remember when it came out on DVD. I don't know why I didn't go to the cinema, but yeah, it's
Hobbit.
Did you go?
Yeah,
I saw the
I did.
Hobbits in cinema, but yeah.
But movies like Harry Potter and
I saw all the
sometimes
Harry
on
Potters.
opening nights, people go in costumes.
Yeah.
They've been banned. You're not allowed to go wearing anything like the Joker because they think it's going to have some sort of psychological effect that people are going to see him, get the anonymity of wearing face paint, and then run off and bring Gotham City to its knees. Do you know what one?
Yeah, it's...
some theatres are downright refusing to show it, and it's like, we've had movies about psychopaths before.
Yeah,
hell, this movie is based. If you swap the Joker with Robert De Niro, this movie's Taxi Driver.
Yeah, and that was a sort of feel they were
Clockwork
going
Orange.
for, weren't they? Yeah,
it's that sort of.
Oh yeah, it's
to me, in my head, Joker as a movie is basically going to be very similar to The Godfather. Like it or not, you're rooting for the villain.
Yeah.
And that's not mince words here. In The Godfather, they are bad people.
Yeah, they're not nice, are
No.
they? They're not,
But
they're five stretcher Samaritans, aren't
you
they?
root for them, don't you?
I don't like gangster films. I'm not gonna lie. I'm only gonna watch this because of its relation to DC, and obviously because I'm interested in the character of the Joker. But yeah, no, I can completely understand.
You
what
like
your point
character
is.
movies, don't you?
Yes, I do. All type of gangster mob films. They're not nice, but even Peaky Blinders to a certain degree. I know that's not a film, that's a series.
Yeah, but
they're not nice. They're not decent people.
Technically, in the eyes of the law in our society, they are the bad guys.
Yeah, they are villains.
But you're rooting for them.
Of course you are, yeah.
So it's one of them.
It's a bit hypocritical.
But the
are
thing
you saying
is,
that?
all this controversy is just going to make people want to see it more. People that wouldn't go and see a comic book movie, I say with quotations, because, yeah, all right, it's based on a comic book character, but the writer only read The Killing Joke and then took bits and pieces from other movies and made it from scratch, because DC gave him free reign to do whatever the hell he wanted.
Absolutely.
And he's never done a comic book movie before, the director. Neither has Joaquin Phoenix. He's never done... Do you know what The Laugh is based on?
I don't know.
So everyone's like, well, is it based on the... I think it's like The Man Who Laughs, an old film that the Joker was...
Vaguely, very vaguely.
Well, no. Joaquin Phoenix, actually, he'd already got the part.
Right.
It's there's an interview at the Venice Film Festival talking about it.
Okay.
And they're on a panel. And Joaquin Phoenix, who's the director? It's Todd...
I don't know. I did know, but I've genuinely forgotten.
Anyway, he was asked where the laugh came from, and he went, right, well, so what we did is we wanted it to feel like there's laughter trapped inside him. It needs to get out.
Understandable.
So there's a condition called compulsive laughing disorder, or something like that.
I think I've got that.
Where the laugh, it's like Tourette's, but it physically causes you pain because you're...
Oh.
You know when you laugh so hard it hurts?
Yeah.
And you can't breathe in?
Yeah.
Imagine that. So that's why through all the trailers you will watch of it, the laugh looks like it's causing him pain.
But have you never experienced that yourself though, where you're laughing that much, like someone's made you laugh, and your chest starts hurting? You never experienced that.
But imagine if you were walking down the street, nothing's funny, and your body just forces you to do it.
Oh yeah.
So it's physical. You can look up YouTube videos of this of people that have this condition.
I didn't know any of this.
No,
This is quite intriguing.
It's the laugh is actually. It's like something trapped inside him that needs to get out.
Yeah.
And obviously through the movie, it's Joaquin Phoenix is one of them nuts method actors.
Yeah.
And obviously, this movie, I think, hit home for him a lot because of his background, which is, like, just fucking traumatizing. I don't think they could have got anyone better to play it.
Wow. I'm not going to lie to you. Talking to you about this film has certainly whet my appetite. I can't wait to see this movie. I really can't. I don't know. What's your feelings on it?
I think because it's not a conventional superhero movie, it's about the villain, and because it's a character movie about...
Has this never been done before, where there's a film solely exploring the backstory of a villain in the comic book sort of
It's not that
universe?
it's never been done, it's just it's never been done like this. It's never been...
Just taking my shirt off. Like, me overcoat shirt,
yeah,
everybody. I'm not stripping, don't worry. But carry on, no, go on. It's just warm, actually, innit?
Yeah.
But go on, you were saying.
Yeah, it's done to the point... How to word it? It is basically along the same veins as Taxi Driver, Clockwork Orange. It's Castaway. It's just a movie about one character.
Yeah.
It's a character-driven movie, and you're with that character.
See, I enjoy them. I enjoy them anyway, personally, mate.
But whether you like it or not, in this movie, you're going to see him as a villain, but you also want to root for him. He's going to do horrific shit.
Yeah.
But at the same point...
So basically, the film is going to
You'll
explore...
feel bad for liking him, is the thing they're doing.
Right.
If you get me.
Right. But I thought the sort of thing... I mean, I know this is pretty much conjecture at this point anyway, but I always got the impression it's going to show you... I know this is just pure speculation. We won't know for sure until we actually sit and watch it. But I always felt like they were going to show like this is a man who wasn't always like the Joker. This is a man who... Society, if you want to put it that word.
Yeah, no,
like
this is going to be
pushing him, and he's just snapped. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, that's what it's going to be. This is a man that society doesn't notice, that he's downtrodden, he's abused physically and verbally by most people. He loses jobs because of nothing his fault. He's ridiculed. He's all this, and he slowly descends into madness.
Wow.
And that's what it's going to be.
Are you looking forward to watching?
I am actually really looking forward to it.
Fair enough. Better get close to the mic. I don't know if it's... No, but... Wow, I didn't know any of this. I didn't know about the disorders. So it just shows, really, how well-educated I am on the matter.
Well, I think it's only because I've looked up everything to do with this.
It shows how much you're enthusiastic then, doesn't it?
I just watched that one panel, really.
Right.
But yeah, no, there was that interview, like, I think last week, where...
Was it where he walked out?
He walked out.
What happened? Like, I still haven't seen it. Like, I haven't watched it, sadly to say, but what happened?
I don't think you can watch it. I think it was just verbally, but...
Really?
Yeah. So apparently, someone asked him, they asked loads of questions and said to Mr. Phoenix, so how do you feel about this movie being classed as dangerous or something along them lines?
Yeah.
And apparently the exact response from Joaquin Phoenix was, why would you? Yeah. And then he stood up and walked off quite angrily, only to come back an hour later and commence the interview.
Wow. There is an interview, going slightly off subject now, but there is an interview that you can actually watch on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Is a Russell Crowe interview. Have you ever seen it on YouTube?
No.
Where it was when he did the Robin Hood, and basically they was asking him about his accent, his choice of accent in the portrayal of the character. You've never seen this? It's been on YouTube for years.
No, I haven't actually seen that film.
And basically, you can't see the interview, although there probably is a clip now where you can, but you can. It's definitely his voice, and basically. They were saying, there's a bit of the interviewer that was basically asking Russell Crowe the questions actually said, I personally noticed as a viewer, and yada yada yada, there was a bit of Irish, and Russell Crowe took that offensively, saying there's no Irish in my accent, yada yada yada. And he just seemed, after that point in the conversation, Russell Crowe just seemed to get more and more annoyed, and he just stormed off. You can actually find that on YouTube. Type in Russell Crowe walks out an interview and it'll be there.
I suppose that popped in your head because Joaquin Phoenix and Russell Crowe are both in Gladiator, and that is an amazing movie.
Robert Downey Jr.'s walked out of an interview. I think we talking about this last week, or was it just a conversation over the phone? But yeah, that's on YouTube as well. Because what happens?
Well, at the end of the day, these people are they're just human. So you wind them up enough, they're gonna have a response.
Yeah, of course they are. Of course. But the interviewer, I think you'd know him by his face. I genuinely forgot his name, but he also had a run-in with Quentin Tarantino.
That's one man I would not want to mess with.
No, he when he was promoting his then new film, The Django Unchained. Is that am I pronouncing it right? And this interviewer, the same interview Robert Downey Jr., who wound him up enough to walk out as well, was sort of trying to insinuate to Quentin Tarantino that because of his films are substantially violent, he was insinuating that he's sort of contributing to the violence into society. And obviously, Quentin Tarantino, that was enough to upset him. And you could tell he was upset.
Well,
but
that would upset me.
I'm interested. It always intrigues me about them type of interviews. In case you haven't noticed, but go on, you were saying.
Like, I hate it when people turn around and say movies cause violence or video games cause
silly,
violence.
Isn't it?
No, all right, yeah.
That.
People might get ideas from them, but they were probably always a violent person, or they're just complete and utter assholes.
Yeah.
Like, video games cause violence. Okay, wills cause drink driving.
Yeah.
It's just saying the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. So, yeah.
People always just want something to blame. But going back to... I forgot there's something else. Going back to Batman Day, we are probably going to get a new Arkham game.
Ooh. See, I'm not that into the Arkham games, but I know they're very good. They're considered to be top-notch games, aren't they?
I mean, this one is made by the people that did Origins, so it's Warner Brothers Montreal. However... this one could be very interesting because it's going to be based on the storyline, possibly. They've not officially announced it yet. When they did Batman Day and shone the bat signals across all the things, they put Warner Bros. Montreal, after years of inactiveness on their Twitter account, or one of their accounts, showed it. And then if you watch the clip of the light, screenshots appear and the light's being changed into other symbols.
Oh, wow.
And... the comic writer from the New 52 that started the New 52 with them tweeted something to them, like beware the Court of Owls, tagging them, and then that was immediately removed.
Yeah.
So basically, the rumor is that we are going to get a Arkham game based on the storyline The Court of Owls.
Wow.
Which, if anyone has watched either the animated movie Batman vs. Robin, or read the New 52, The Court of Owls, or watched Gotham and know the Court of Owls, this is going to be a really fucking good game.
Should be pretty decent,
Especially some of the bits in the game or in the comics would translate really good to a game or the movie, because there's a bit where they go into his house and he's caught unaware as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. And
these are all basically super soldiers, and there's a fight between Bruce Wayne in his house, not Batman, Bruce Wayne in his house.
Right.
In season he's fighting, and then he gets a suit, and like all hope is lost, and so that would be at an amazing level.
Enough.
Just like,
no, that does actually. To be fair, that sounds like a good game. In all honesty, with you. So
I mean, they're probably putting a collectible like owls around the city. You throw your bat away.
What I also wanted to discuss with you.
But anyway,
as well,
that's enough of Batman.
Well, it sort of to do with the Batman universe. One more subject then.
Please
in
don't.
the Batman
Don't do
universe.
it.
What?
You're going to talk about Titans, aren't you?
I was, yeah. Now, I'm sort of asking our audience now. Now, as Tom knows, whenever I have free time this week, I would try and enjoy an episode of Titans. Try being the operative word. Now, admittedly so, I am only...
Hang on, I'm going to pull a page of your book. Sorry, what's Titans? When something is unbelievably shit, I just pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No,
What's going on?
I like some bits. Like, I've spoken about it before, but do you not get... I watched it because I grew up with Teen Titans. I like Teen Titans.
I know that's the sort of appeal to it.
I quite like Robin and like Tim Drake's character.
Yeah.
I would have quite happily sat there and watched it if it was first and foremost just the Robin show.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were meant to be going for.
Like,
though,
if they had done the first season where do his storyline and he's in Detroit he moves to and with that partner and do that, and then at the end of it he finds the girl, and then you can go from a series called Robin to Titans and then so on. But they fucked everything up.
It's a bit of a clusterfuck, to be honest with you. The entire show is just one big clusterfuck, but carry on.
Robin was a brilliant character in it.
He was, yeah. I am enjoying the Robin character, but...
Did you get the feeling he's suffering from, like, PTSD?
I can understand why you're saying that, but personally, my interpretation of the character is just bitter. It's just a lot of resentment, isn't there, going on there? I think it's just that it might be PTSD, it might be something they might explore, but personally, I think it's just a lot of bad. What happens is when you tend to have a lot of bad memories in a certain friendship or a relationship, you tend to hold on to a lot of resentment for a while.
Yeah, he can probably only remember the bad things rather than the good things.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
but at the same point, I quite like the choreography in fighting, but when there are bits where they're all together and they're all fighting. You got Robin kicking ass and he's amazing, and Starfire doing what she does, and then you've just sort of got the other two like just sort of there, like they're children, they don't know how to fight.
Absolutely.
Save me.
Yeah,
there will be like scenes where like 10, 20 guys will run into a room and Robin's like, I've got this, everyone else run. Knowing full well that everyone else is quite shit. Like, you've literally got someone that can turn into a tiger. And it's like, don't worry, you can't fight, go away.
Oh, wow. Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know about you, but I honestly, I watch it and to me, it's more like, I only keep watching because of what the show could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been amazing. It could have been a show about Robin, and then they slowly introduce everyone. Because they had some good, like, have you got to Hawk and Dove yet?
Right, I'm gonna level with you. I'm gonna put my cards on the table now and be truthful with you. I watched the 3 episodes. I could sort of argue and say I watched 4 episodes, but I fell asleep. It is so... Like, there was something interesting going on in the 3rd episode. The girl with the purple, I can't even remember her name. Raven, you know. This family sort of kidnap her. And then a fight scene that the other woman who has powers. I want to say Norwegian, but she wasn't. Where was she from?
Space.
No, it wasn't space. It wasn't. No, it wasn't Germany. Might have been, but anyway.
She's from space. That's Starfire. She's an alien.
Oh, is she an alien?
Yeah.
It starts off with I really haven't been paying attention to this then. Because
it doesn't tell you till later, but everyone knows.
Right, spoiler alert! But yeah, no, she started off. Was it Germany or Norway?
I think it's Germany. Yeah,
it was Germany. But yeah, she picks her up, and I can't remember. It just shows how much I'm trying to pay attention to this series, but I'm not going to lie to you, it's not doing anything for me.
No, I think...
There's nothing gripping me.
I don't know what DC's plan with this was, because Arrow worked so well, and then they slowly introduced Barry Allen, and then you got the Flash, and they slowly introduced...
they had some good ideas, didn't they?
This could have been the same. They could have done Robin show, slowly introduce others, Titans, and then... Because obviously, from this, you spawned a Doom Patrol series.
Do you reckon I know a bit of a... wild stab at the dog. But do you reckon it was a matter of finances why they just tried to sort of rope it in one show, maybe? Maybe they just didn't have the money to branch out all these different shows, and they couldn't. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
No, see, what I think it is actually the CEO
Yeah.
of DC is clearly just like an octopus in a jar, and what it does is it just picks out random bits of paper and throws them at people, and they just make whatever's on that paper.
Fair enough.
Like that's what it feels like, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Just like Titans TV show. Should we not like introduce this slowly in the backstory and maybe have a Robin show and then a Doom Patrol and
Yeah.
just throws the paper again? A flippy tentacle arm.
Bloody hell.
Deny the octopus, get the hounds.
So, if you don't mind talking about it at the podcast, change the subject ever so slightly. When you turn up at my door today, you seemed a bit, well, not miffed, I think that's the wrong word to use. You seemed annoyed. Do you want to share the story of the boiler, like the boilermen coming at your door and their attitude maybe? You don't have to mention the company.
Boilerman sounds like a London gang, doesn't it? We had a new boiler put in. It was a 2-day job. The end. No. We had a new boiler put in, 2-day job, and oh my god. So, obviously workmen are workmen, but
Yeah.
when we're forced to all wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, sit down, can't use our kitchen, we've, cleared everything we can, the boiler cupboard, we had to make sure they could get to the pipes and everything. They walked in, you got 10 minutes to clear the cupboards. What do you mean? All the cupboards with pipes and stuff are full. Yeah, well, we don't really want to get done for accidentally breaking anything, so 10 minutes to clear the cupboards, we got another job lined up. And it's like...
It was their attitude, wasn't it? It was...
Yeah, and they're going to be there all day, and...
Are they there now?
No, it was a 2-day job, that was 2 days ago.
Oh, right.
One of them came back today just to make sure the boiler worked, but... Oh, man, it was... And then you had one of them headphones in doing his work upstairs. They've had to pipes all through the house because they've got to empty our boiler and empty all the radiators and replace valves and all that technical shit. And he started singing opera.
Do you remember the particular song? Was he singing Pavarotti? When you say, did you recognise the music he was singing, or at least attempting to sing, or
no?
Was it in your? You could just hear this noise and what's going on? Like
I could just basically hear a noise, and then it was just like what? And he was talking to himself and answering himself. It seems like, and it's like, oh my god, there's a madman in our house.
So it was your mum who eventually confronted this.
She was just like, can you be a bit quieter, please? And then after about the 4th attempt, I think she was getting quite annoyed.
Oh dear!
Yeah.
So she's
had not
to tell
normally
more than once.
She's not normally one to hold back. I mean, I think it was just the fact we couldn't get in the kitchen, so we couldn't get food. We were up since 8 o'clock in the morning. We were pretty annoyed.
Yeah, understandably so.
But it was hilarious. And you had one guy, every sentence ended with "Okay, love." He was a nice enough guy, very loud, but every sentence ended. It's like when you meet someone and every sentence to a woman.
Yeah.
Especially, I've got a friend that showed me like some stuff, and it's hilarious. She was talking to a guy online, and every sentence ended with "dear."
Yeah, a lot of people talk like that though, don't they? To be fair, I
mean, it's quite endearing, but not every sentence.
Yeah, it's So when you say there was there for 2 days, was it all day or was it just a couple of hours each day? Or
8 till about 3 the first day, and then they were like 8 till about 12 the next day.
Oh, that's not so bad then. Could have been worse.
Could have been. I mean, they changed our entire boiler and the system and got rid of the tank and all that. So yeah, we now have a boiler.
Wow.
I mean, we had one before. It's just it needed an upgrade.
Wow. So at least I'm glad it got sorted for you in the end.
It did.
Something else I wanted to bring up as well. We were talking about watching TV shows this week. Did you give Farscape a look?
No, I never found it on Netflix or Amazon.
Right,
and then I ended up watching more. There's an anime I've been watching, which is a really good one for anyone that likes maybe post-apocalyptic worlds, I want to say, or sci-fi. Basically, the premise of this series is something happens in like our time, modern day, and everyone in the world, and sparrows only, exclusively,
interesting,
are turned into stone.
Yeah.
Full stone statues, like just where they are. Their clothes are still... So then, time passes, nature reclaims the world,
Yeah.
and 3,700 odd years pass, and one guy wakes up. Somehow, he doesn't know how at first, but luckily, he was a huge science guy. He's only about like 16, 17 in high school, but basically the premise is he's read most science things. He can invent basically everything. But he's in a very primitive world, 3,000 years in the future, so there's no technology, like everything's decayed, so he's got to start from scratch.
Interesting.
And the only reason he knows 3,000 years in the future is some weird way he was conscious the entire time, unable to move, looking in the darkness. So what he did is he just counted.
Interesting premise.
And then when he looks around, like you'll see trees, but they've grown, and like there's a statue there, and like he finds a way after 6 months of being alone and basic science and trying to figure out what's gone on. He wakes up someone else, and then it goes from there. It's quite interesting.
Wow.
It is definitely worth watch, because there's a bit in the series where a lion turns up. Now it's an anime. It's set in Japan.
Shit.
It's like, there were no lions in Japan. Well, it's been 3,000 years. Those that survived the zoos must have left them bred, and it's like, we need to stop talking about this and start running. Yeah, we do. It is quite good, and there's like,
sounds pretty thingy.
Yeah, they end up realizing, okay, well, you've got me, I'm quite good at science. You've got you're no offense, but you're quite dumb and good at the manual labor, but we now need someone that can protect us. And they find someone that's like the strongest person in the world, or in Japan. Yeah. And they wake him up with stone. But the way the statues work, you don't just break the outer layer. If you broke a statue, it's stone all the way through.
Interesting, yeah.
And when they figure out how to like start waking people up, the main character Senku does use it, and it turns just back into a body part. Wow. And when he puts, it doesn't show it, but he puts like a statue that's been broken back together and does it, hoping that it heal. No, body parts. So they wake up this really strong person, and then he starts off good, and it slowly he becomes a villain of the series, because whereas the other two that have woken up want to wake everyone up in the world and it to go back how it was, this guy wants, well, I'm the strongest one in this world currently, so I don't want anyone stronger than me.
You obviously enjoy it anyway.
Yeah, no, it is a really good show. I would recommend anyone watch it. It's called Stone, even if you just watch 2 episodes or whatever. But
yeah. What was the show you was talking about to me? You was having a look on my Netflix. What was the show? It looks like a cartoon or anime. You was just going through my Netflix account.
Oh, you on about when I looked at... So, I looked at his recommended... I think when you walked, I'd set up the mic and everything. When he walked in the room with our tea, because, well, you can't not have a cup of tea.
Can't have a podcast without a pick-me-up, and have Irvine's got to have his coffee.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you have coffee.
Yeah, I never used to drink it until fairly recently. I remember telling you about that.
I have all sorts of different teas. But yeah, no. Recommendations. Because you watched Star Trek Voyager, it was like, oh, cool. Now, it had Star Trek Deep Space Nine. A sci-fi related show. It works. It's good. Voltron, the Legendary Defender. That is made by Warner Brothers. It's a really good, it is a animated cartoon. Yeah. It's quite good, but it does deal with very adult themes, especially towards the end. It deals with grief and openly gay characters and loss, and also it's a pretty good sci-fi show as well.
Yeah, understandably so.
But just down from that, I noticed something a little what the hell? Now, whenever I'm walked in the room, I think I had my hands thoroughly across my face.
All
Calm down.
There's me with two cups of hot beverage in my hand. 2 brews. Why didn't I just say that? That would have been so much easier. But anyway, I had 2 brews, 1 in each hand. I just walked through the door, and all I can see is Tom. His head's in his hands, and he glares at me. He looks up. I fucking love technology. And you spent what 30 seconds ranting about what the hell does Watership Down have to do with Star Trek?
So in the recommendations of all these sci-fi shows, even before and after it carried on with like Next Generation or something, didn't it? And like Night Flyers. Well, in his recommendations, because you watched Star Trek Voyager, Watership Down, the animated one, like the newer one. So. What the fuck does bunnies have to do with sci-fi? Where is the sci-fi element? How does that link to Star Trek
maybe the
and
bunnies,
Voltron?
Maybe the bunnies. I know this is theory. This is just headcanon at this point. Maybe the bunnies are secretly... Watership Down is secretly a spin-off from Star Trek because they're genetically mutated. They're secretly corns people, which leads them to... Sorry, but yeah.
Captain Picard, we got a problem. What? Worf's been beat by a bunny. Oh shit.
Oh,
he would as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Worf would get taken down by one.
What I was going to say to you, have you actually seen Watership Down?
When I was a little child, I remember not liking it.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I like.
It was. I've never liked it.
The guy, was it the guy that wrote it or the guy that wrote the song Bright Eyes, which gets to a lot of people?
I think I may have seen it. But
afterwards, he was in the papers because he quite enjoys rabbit hunting, and it's like, oh my god, with a shotgun as well. So there can't be much left of these rabbits.
Oh wow, yeah. I think everyone knows which scene I'm referencing. It's where one of the rabbits meets a horrible fate. Do you know where I'm going with this? There's a scene. It's horrible. I can't remember what actually happens, but one of the rabbits dies, and it's quite a gory scene.
Yeah, I think there's quite.
I think
a lot.
He dies, but yeah, I
think quite a few do.
It's bloody horrible.
Well, it's like that animated film, A Plague of Dogs. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Basically, 2 dogs are going to be euthanized, and they escape the kennel. And they
fucking hell!
Yeah.
What a horrible premise! Don't tell me that's a kids' film.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I think it's 12, and I watched it, and one of them is quite a sane dog. He's just he's just old, and no one wanted to adopt him or something like that.
Oh fucking hell!
The other dog all through it is like, I know there's an island somewhere. We just got to keep swimming. We just got to keep traveling. We just got to keep going. But this is like a little Jack Russell, and he's got like a bandage over his head, and in the movie it comes off, and it's just bare bone with a hole in it because the dog is clearly insane, and he talks about like he can hear scratching, and the dog clearly was going to be put down because it's really unstable.
Yeah.
And people have to hunt them, and there's a bit where it meets a hunter in the woods, and this little dog that's unstable, and it's a Jack Russell.
I'm miles away from the mic. I'm surprised it can hear me. Well, go on. You were saying.
It's a Jack Russell and I think an old like Labrador. Black lab, and they meet like a hunter in the woods, and the Jack Russell runs up to him because the hunter drops his or puts his gun against a tree and climbs up, and he's patting the guy, and the guy's stroking him. He's where are you from, little boy? And things like that. Like well, it's a small dog.
Yeah.
And in the dog's excitement, the paw hits the trigger, and he blows the guy's head off.
Oh my god! Fuck off! This is not a kids' film.
I will look it up if I find
What's
my phone.
It called?
A Plague of Dogs. No, seriously.
Well, my phone's there. I don't know what your phone is.
I think it had a 12, and it ends with, if anyone's... I don't think anyone watched it. It's quite an old movie, but they end up being hunted because their paw prints were all over the blood, and they've escaped from a thing not far, and...
Oh my god,
so
that's a horrible film.
Loads of people closing in, and this dog can see an island that isn't really there, and the old one's just following him, and the movie ends with we've just got to keep swimming, and they're just swimming into the distance, into the middle of the ocean, to an island that might not even exist.
That is horrible.
He just sat there looking at me speechless, like, what?
That is horrible. Can you imagine that? Hey kids, let's watch a film. Oh, what's it about? It's about 2 dogs trying to escape euthanasia. What kind of idea is that for a kids' film?
Do you want to know what's really funny? My dad originally bought it on DVD because it had dogs on the front. It was animated. So he stuck it on, and we had no idea.
Oh my god. How old's this film?
I think it's got to be 20 years.
There is a film about dogs that I do like, though. It's fairly recent.
I do love a lot of dog movies.
Is it called The Isle of Dogs or something? It's fairly
I
new.
really like...
It's the same people who made Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, I really like...
That's a good film. I think it's called Isle of Dogs.
Have you ever seen Hatchie?
I've heard of it. I don't
You
think
will
I've sat
cry.
and watched it. Really?
Yeah, it's about the dog that when its owner or person died, true story, in Japan, even though the movie, they Americanized it.
Yeah. Might be on about the same thing here. I'm saying it's called The Isle of Dogs, but it might have a completely different title.
Hatchie is the dog in the train station, and every day it comes to the train.
No,
and it just
not
sits,
the one.
and it actually, even though people fed it and the dog wouldn't move, so they built a statue to show like loyalty, like man's best friend. But he died.
Bloody hell!
But it's a good movie, and what else is good? A Dog's Purpose. Dog's Purpose is a good movie. It's about a dog.
You're gonna have to write this down, fella, about all these films starring, animals. But no, I don't know half of these, to be honest.
Plague of Dogs, a 1982 film.
And you what? And you enjoyed this film?
I didn't enjoy it. It terrified me.
Fucking God, it would, mate.
But 60% and on Rotten Tomatoes and 7.8.
So what happens in the end? Did they both die? Did he end up dying?
John Hurt is the little dog.
Is he?
Yeah, it's
To be honest, it doesn't sound like a film I want to watch. Not because I don't know.
Oh,
it gets to me, it breaks my heart. What?
Now it all comes full circle. I didn't even realise.
What?
The Plague Dogs is the third novel by Richard Adams, the author of Watership Down.
Oh wow.
About two dogs' friendship who escape an animal testing facility and are subsequent pursued by both the government and the media.
Fucking hell, it sounds like an horrible film. It's bizarre that we should talk about Watership Down and it just happens to be the author.
Yeah, but it had the similar thing, didn't it?
assure our audience this is genuinely coincidental, by the way. But
well,
yeah,
it's just
because
it popped in my head. It's No, I remember. All right, yeah, Watership Down was about rabbits, but I've always owned dogs, and the dog in the film is like a little Jack Russell or something. So, and I had a Jack Russell, and rabbits die. We eat rabbits quite regularly in this country and others around the world.
I believe so.
Yeah, all right.
I've never actually had rabbit myself.
Sometimes I eat dogs, but at the same point, you want to really get to someone. You put a dog in a movie dying.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I can believe that. It's, sorry, that film doesn't sound like something I want to sit and watch, though, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, is it a good film, though? Would you ever revisit it yourself? Would you personally ever want to rewatch it?
No. I would, now that I'm a lot older, but as a kid, I remember watching it once and it traumatized me.
It traumatized. See, that's an overused word, and it's a powerful word.
I had a Jack Russell.
Oh. How old were you, roughly?
I was about... I was maybe 8.
8? Bloody hell, young age to watch something like that. So, yeah, Koala, or just Tom, just showed me the trailer to Plague Dogs. Yep. Got it right for once. And, yeah, so we took a minor break. To
let him get his head straight, because the first words out of his mouth were, "What the fuck?" And then... Oh no!
That's horrible.
It seemed to affect him because, it's also we didn't realise, just on the segue, there's some bloody big names in there.
Yes, Patrick Stewart, John Hurt. We just said that at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Basically, show me the trailer, and the first scene you see are these monkeys being experimented on, and it was like, oh, get it off. And then the only thing that kept me watching, ladies and gentlemen, is the music.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie,
it's showing you quite sad things, but with really almost gospel music.
Yeah, I understand the film. Well, I can't say that I haven't sat and watched it, and to be honest with you, I don't think I will, because things like that do get to me.
I don't know if we mentioned before because I didn't go back, but it is from the same writer as Watership Down.
Yes,
right?
So, we did acknowledge that.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So if anyone maybe, why do people watch sad movies?
See, I actually had a very similar conversation. I think it was with my mum the other day. Is that people, and including myself in this, you could ask, why do people enjoy listening to the Smiths? Why do people enjoy listening to Dido? Because it's sad music. We tend to, as a human race, have, or at least some people, not necessarily everyone, tends to have a fascination with melancholy. Not morbid melancholy. There is a difference. And people want to feel sad. People want to feel emotional. It doesn't make it a bad thing.
Well, I mean, I think things like Dido and that are mainly listened to when people are having a breakup and have 2 litres of Ben and Jerry's.
Well, you could argue, you know who Morrissey is, don't you? You know who the
Yeah.
Smiths are. You could argue when people say people listen to the Smiths. I think they're quite upbeat. A lot of the music's depressing, considered to be depressing.
Have you ever heard an upbeat, depressing song?
Yeah, the Smiths. Morrissey. Honestly, it's like, it's sad, but it gets you in a good mood. There's an ambience, I think the correct word is.
My favourite upbeat, depressing song is Hollywood Undead, Bullet. Now, if you've not listened to that...
I think I have, but yeah...
Paramount warning here, it is a song about suicide. But it's got a really happy, upbeat...
Oh, wow! Fucking hell.
Like...
Oh,
so, yeah.
dear.
If anyone wants to look that up and listen to that song, Hollywood Undead, Bullet... Watch the. They didn't do a music video. They did like with lyrics thing, but it's got a really happy music.
This is turning out to be a very controversial podcast. This episode.
I wouldn't say that's controversial, but anyway, well, no, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've noticed like people watch movies. It's like this movie's really sad. It will make you cry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Depends what it is.
I mean,
what
I get people like in horror movies,
like
because
for
when you're
instance,
scared, endorphins in your brains. And
Roots
shit like
made me cry.
that. Yeah, it did. It gave Ian McShane. It gave him his start, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Our Blackburn boy,
I think
who's originally from Blackburn. In case no one ever noticed.
I don't think you've mentioned that.
Well, Ian McShane.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actor Ian McShane. He's been portrayed Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean. I want to say that.
John Wick. He's the manager. Winston.
Yes, for all these, for all those who knows the actor, he is literally originally from Blackburn, which for those who don't know is a town literally down the road from where I live. So, yeah. I just thought I'd bring that up. Anyway, you were saying I never saw the remake.
My mum watched it, and apparently it's amazing.
Really, I got told it's really bad, the remake, in comparison to the old one.
Well, everyone's going to compare it to the old one, but anyway, we are more a nerdy talking show, so...
Yeah.
Did you end up ever watching Killjoys? Because for those that liked Killjoys...
I didn't. No, I didn't clap then.
It is coming to an end.
Yeah.
Like, 5th season.
Is it the last season as
Yeah.
well? I am going to watch it. But yeah, for those who don't know what Killjoys is, you gave me a very good briefing, didn't you, earlier on this week? So what's it about? Like, I'm asking again for the audience's sake, for those who might not know what it is.
It's a bit like Firefly meets Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Sounds pretty good.
No,
it sounds pretty good.
It's set in a universe where there's not really any aliens.
Yeah.
Humans are everywhere, and planets are controlled by like your mega corporations, you know, your Apple, your Google, and all that. They're not called that. And you've got colonies and people kept under the thumb of like the corporations, and you know they're farmers with they don't have much technology.
I'm just thinking about a comment you made before, but go on.
And yeah, if basically what the show's about is Killjoys are like bounty hunters. They literally were saying the warrant is all.
Yeah.
So if you've got a warrant on you, you're gonna have these people coming after you. And they're like space bounty hunters, and there's quite a lot in it, and it focuses on the crew.
Yeah.
And then in this, there's only 2 of them, and then a third one shows up who just is one of the guy's brothers, and it deals with Peter. What? But yeah, no, Killjoys. It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Should we talk about, because I wanted to put this segment in, and I'm
Go
probably
on.
gonna have to cut out.
Yeah. Yeah. Go on.
I got another recommendation for an old PS2 game.
Oh, got a recommendation. So,
yes, I did. So I whacked that into my PlayStation, and I played it. And the game in question was Transformers.
Was it good? Was the game any good? Be honest.
It's actually a game that I have really fond memories of, and I myself went out and bought not too long ago. So I'd already played it.
Yeah.
And it is still an amazing game.
Go on.
Nostalgia may be clouding it a little bit.
I was going to say nostalgia aside.
It's a really good third-person shooter.
Yeah.
It's set on like the Transformers Armada cartoon. Back in the PS2 days, it got like 9 out of 9, 10 out of 10 just for being a good action game.
Okay, now.
Third-person shooter, transform at will, big maps, normally set in jungles. There's no people. You're fighting like Decepticons, but yeah, it's aged really well.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah. And you have been playing Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yes, you played it last week, but yeah,
you played it all in like. You played like nearly most of it in a day.
yeah.
Nostalgia wave hit you hard.
Yeah, and I got into the storyline. I think that's what compelled me. Now, I'm going to have to agree with what I think you said, was it last week's episode?
The graphics have
they've not aged brilliantly.
They have aged terribly.
Yeah, they haven't aged brilliantly. It's very blocky. I think that was a good description you had.
When people talk, it's very...
yeah.
Like,
so, that being said...
Canadians in South Park.
Yeah, so in that essence, it has aged quite badly. Storyline-wise, quite compelling. I think it holds... The storyline in this game is better than the storyline Simpsons as a show has come out with in the last 5 years, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It holds pretty well.
The missions do get a bit redundant.
Yeah, I did say that to you, didn't I? I thought the missions were slightly repetitive after a while. They were very redundant in that.
But there's 7 in each level, or as memory serves?
Yeah, there's 7 stages in the game. There's 7 missions in each stage. So
it's not like loads. And
no.
Most of the fun comes from like exploring the world.
Yeah, of course.
It's very GTA type sort of game. But I'm quite enjoying that we have a segment.
Yeah. So is there any game you would like me to... Do
you know what? Because I've been seeing some news and stuff about it, I will probably, for the next week, do Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
You're going to do Vice City. I was going to say, don't worry if I don't have the game for the PS2. I plan to get my PS4 again. But at this moment in time... If you want me to want to stick with the PS2 games, by all means. And if there's a game I don't have, I can order it off Amazon. So
yeah, or I can order. I've got a pretty big collection as well, or CX or something like that. But it's just because people have recommended PS2. Like I said, the rules of it are you can go anything from Super Nintendo all the way up to Xbox 360.
Okay, or even PC games. I've got a lot of PC games. So if... There's, if you want to recommend a PC game, don't be shy. But like I said, if you've got a recommendation, if you want to recommend me to play a game, and we can talk about it in the same segment. So what are you gonna play? Did you say next week? Vice City.
Vice City.
I'm
gonna give that a whack, just because of all the. I completely forgot. It's like that was my favourite one, and I want to see. Compared to number 5 and all this, what happened?
Yeah, see, I prefer San Andreas to Vice City. I'm not gonna lie.
Vice City had, for me, the better storyline and stuff like that. Yeah, but I was very young when I played it.
You ever played San Andreas? You did play it, didn't you?
Yeah, but not too much later.
Ah, fair enough. See, as weird as this sounds, because Vice City, the decade it was set, especially at that age when I played GTA games, I always had a thing for the 80s, the decade, which is pretty bizarre considering I wasn't born until 1993. But no, I always enjoyed the pop culture from 80s, I can say.
Yeah. Plus the movies were good. Who doesn't like Short Circuit? People that don't have any taste in movies. That's who.
And even some of the best sci-fi films came from the 80s.
Yeah.
Wrath of Khan.
You always say Wrath of Khan.
Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
Dune.
Oh.
Dune.
Yeah,
there's a remake,
weird film.
There's a remake of that coming. Interesting in the news.
Very imaginative, that film.
The remake is coming out and Sean Bean's in it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the news? Sean Bean is now downright turning down scripts that he dies in them.
I read something. I didn't know he was genuinely just point blank.
He doesn't even... He reads until he does and then gives it back or something.
Wow.
And the thing has started again, like with Sean Bean wearing a t-shirt, #Don'tKillMe.
Yeah. Oh, dear. But, no, I can understand it, to be honest. After a while, it must be a little bit redundant. I'm the guy who always dies.
Do you reckon he just gets the scripts, and then it's like, right, here's your script, and he just looks at the last page to see if he's still in it?
Probably.
I would.
Probably. I think, yeah, because he's quite open about it, isn't he? I like Sean Bean.
I do. They added him in Hitman 2, like
Yeah.
the remake, not the original Hitman 2. I hate it when movies and games do that.
And another film he's in as well, I don't think gets the recognition it deserves. The Equilibrium with Christian Bale, if I'm pronouncing that name right.
Yes, I haven't seen that. That's the one
oh.
with the gun fu, isn't it?
No, it's basically set in a society where they're not allowed. It's illegal to have emotion.
Yeah, it's the one with the
gun.
Yeah. No, I have seen it. I'm just not in ages.
Oh, you need to watch it again. You need to give it. It has dated to a certain degree. You'll know what I'm talking about if you ever watch it again, but not in the way you think. I think you'll enjoy it. I honestly think you'll enjoy it. If you enjoy Demolition Man still now, then you'll definitely enjoy that.
While the guys were doing the boiler, I watched the last 2 Matrix films back to back.
Oh yeah, and
I forget they're set in like 9 hours.
Yeah,
that's the time. It ends. The last lines of the film, the Oracle sat on the bench watching this weird sunset that some little program girl has made.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's nice. And the little girl says, yeah, I did it for Neo. Do you think we'll ever see him again? And the Oracle says, I'm sure we will one day. So, yeah, it does end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Well, not a cliffhanger, on a
I just saw...
But...
Go on.
Trinity.
Yeah. Trinity is dead, isn't she?
She is dead.
Yeah.
But I think the actress is still in the next movie.
How are they going to explain that away then?
I
knew Trinity died, but it was Neo, wasn't it? That was
maybe she'll appear in flashbacks or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe that's just the internet hoping she's in it. Like, oh, it's been confirmed she's in it.
Yeah, I love how you moved your hands like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit.
Well, people do, don't they?
Yeah.
It's like, did you ever see all the when in Infinity War was coming out, and you know Yondu?
Yeah.
They were filming Guardians of the Galaxy 2 at like around about the same time.
Yeah.
So they told him to walk around and in public, just when he's doing his like drinking coffee and stuff, he was wearing a hat from the Infinity War set, so people started theories like Yondu's in it.
Wow.
Which classically, Yondu's not in it because of what happened.
In the comic books, was Yondu? Did Yondu ever come face to face with Thanos?
Yondu is completely different in the comics. I don't know too much about Guardians of the Galaxy, but in the comics, Yondu looks like a bit of a dickhead.
Wow.
He's like all gold and I think he's basically just wearing a loincloth, as if memory serves. But yeah, no, so it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but he's probably one of the best characters in them movies.
Yes, he is. Maybe you reckon it's the ability of the actor that's brought the character to life?
Yeah, it's the ability of. Have you got this? I put all these little doodads on my.
I love his accent
on my dashboard.
Oh wow!
I can't tell if you're being serious.
Have you got any Guardians of the Galaxy comic books?
I don't know.
I want to find some. I want to get some.
I
do want to get some.
I will probably get some soon in a certain thing because I finished a certain Iron Man series.
Yeah.
And instead of Iron Man going into his own comics, he spends a lot of time with the Guardians.
Ah, fair enough. We are pressing for time, so I do think we want to start wrapping up. Is it my turn or your turn? We should take it in turns to... yeah, by all means, if you enjoyed...
Just press the bloody like button.
Please like us, subscribe, and ring that bell by all means. Oh, yeah, and please...
Also,
go on.
I don't think I've told you. We're actually now... whatever's on YouTube, we are actually getting quite a lot of views on Spotify.
You did make a passing comment. Go on.
Thing. So, yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, thank you.
Yeah, by all means. And please, if you have any suggestions that might help make our content better, don't be afraid to suggest something.
Yeah.
We are here to serve you. We are here to entertain you.
Especially if it's a funny news story.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, keep us in the know. I mean, it's obviously... We're here to entertain you, make you laugh by whatever pieces of news we might have. If you could ever come across anything...
I saw it just briefly because I'm sure I could fit this in with all the editing.
Oh, you will be able to. Don't worry about it.
I saw a story about a man that refuses to tell people he dates what his job is until later because every time he tells people, people leave him.
Oh, no. His job
He works for Ann Summers. His job is to make the toys.
Oh, people leave him for that?
Yeah, but imagine coming home from work one day and you smell of nothing but lube.
Wouldn't affect me, I don't think. Not
At
really.
at
There's
least-
worse things to smell off, isn't there?
At
Surely.
least you'd be able to slide through the door.
Right, on that note, before
I've been Tom Koala.
I've been Dancing Bear.
Bye.
Bye.
Subscribe.